welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about how to be alone while on a healing journey. Now, it is important to have a support system. It is important to have a community around you as you heal, but it's just as important to spend time by yourself, to sit with your thoughts, to figure out who you are, how you want to show up in this world, figure out what you love. And we're going to be talking about that in today's video. So if that's something that you're interested in, keep watching, and by the way, hit that subscribe button, okay?
I just want my peace, make money, I go get everything I need in my own timing.
Okay, so I have my phone here, so if you guys see me looking at my phone, it's because I have so many notes on here, and I want to make sure that I tell you guys all of this juicy information that can help you grow and become who you should. And part of this is from my own experience as well. Like, I'm not just sitting here telling you guys random information. It's because I've been through it. My gods, I've been through it. So the number one thing about why it's important to be alone is because it allows you to be yourself. And I don't know if you guys have ever masked before, or not pretended to be someone you're not, but kind of had to tone down who you are, what you like, what you love, not be able to fully do the things that you enjoy, or be in spaces where you're not accepted, you're not valued for who you are, or it feels that way because that's not always what's going on. That often feels like this heavy weight. And part of spending time alone is like, you just get to be who you are. You just get to be, you get to say what you want to say, you get to dress how you want to dress, you get to do the things that you enjoy, you get to be you. And I find for me, being alone was so rejuvenating, because on the outside world it's always like, but that's not who you are. Like, oh, stop faking, stop trying to be someone you're not, that's not who you are, you've never been like, leave me alone, please leave me alone, leave me alone. Like, I cannot be who you want me to be, I can only be who I am. And it's a huge problem if who I am is someone you don't recognize. If me being myself looks like I'm faking it, or it's a persona, or it's not in alignment with who you perceive me to be, that's a problem. But one thing's for sure and two things for certain, I'm not playing a role. I'm not playing a role. So being alone gives you the opportunity to just be yourself, and it lifts that weight, like, gets it off of you. Second thing, building off of the first point, is allowing yourself to be who you are builds self-confidence, it builds self-assurance, and it builds self-acceptance. So that once you start stepping into this world, it's like, no, this is who I am. Like, I understand that you have this idea of me in your mind, I understand that you have this perception of me, but
it's not aligned with who I am. So honestly, if one of us has to be uncomfortable, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me.
And then the third point as to why it's so important to spend time by yourself on your healing journey. When you're spending so much time pouring into yourself, and then you'll have work, you have all these other responsibilities,
stay with me,
there's less time to invest into other relationships.
Stay with me.
But because there's less time to invest into other relationships, it means that you now have to make a conscious decision of who you have in your life, who you pour into, who you allow to pour into you. It makes it so your life is a lot more intentional. Because I spend so much time by myself, I do not have so much time to be X, Y, and Z. I don't have so much time to go from point A to point B to point C. My priority is me. My priority is God, me, family, friends. Being by yourself allows you to properly prioritize connections in your life, instead of, why am I always burnt out? Why don't I ever have any time for myself? Why this? Why that? It's like, now that I have all this time for myself, now that I make it a priority to invest time in myself, it makes it so much easier to tell people, like, no. And here's the thing in life,
we're going to disappoint someone. By prioritizing yourself, you're disappointing someone. By prioritizing another person, you're disappointing yourself.
Spending time by yourself on your healing journey is important for a variety of reasons. It allows you to be yourself. It allows you to build self-confidence, self-assurance, self-acceptance, being yourself, and it forces you to be intentional about who you prioritize or about the various things that you allow into your life. Now let's get into the 5 things that you can do while alone, spending time by yourself. Because number 1, you need to understand yourself. You need to know what's going on inside of your head. So one thing that you can do, you can buy a book with journal prompts, or you can go online and search up prompts for healing, prompts to deal with trauma, prompts to deal with low self-esteem, prompts to deal with lack of self-love, prompts to deal with whatever issue you're dealing with. Whatever issue you're dealing with, I promise you somebody has created prompts. There's questions on Google. And in the beginning of my healing journey, I would just have a nice glass of wine. I would pull up those prompts and I would start journaling. It would ask some uncomfortable questions. It would ask some questions that make you dig deep, some bringing up negative emotions. But it allowed me to release things. So what are you struggling with? Find those prompts, search them up, journal. You don't like journaling? Something that I did, I would set up my phone, this one right here, and I would talk to it as if it's FaceTime, and I would record a video as if I'm talking to somebody else. And I think this is important because 1, it allows you to dig deep and figure out what are those things that your brain wants to process but hasn't had a chance to process. And 2, I enjoyed it because it gave me a space to be seen and heard by myself. Sorry, there was a person walking and I got distracted. But buy a journal prompt, find random journal prompts online, and just ask yourself some of those uncomfortable questions. Release a lot of that emotional baggage and just be free. Just be free. So second thing that you can do when you are spending time by yourself, you can think about what you truly desire for your life.
Hear me out.
So most of the times it's family, friends, acquaintances, your network, whoever it is saying,
you know what, Michelle, I just feel like this is what's best for you. I just feel like this is what you need to do in your life. You know, I feel like I know you so much. This is what you need.
And it's like, honestly, that just doesn't align. It doesn't align. Like, that's not what I want. And it's not that people are saying things from a place of negativity. Sometimes people are very well-meaning, but it's important to spend time with yourself and be like, what do I actually desire? And then on the other hand, it's not always people trying to be in your business. It's not always people trying to speak over your life. Sometimes it's you. Are your actions, are the things that you do aligned with what you truly desire? Yeah, I said what I said. I said what I said. Sometimes it's you. You know, we're so quick to point fingers. They did it. I would be further if it did it. But sometimes it's like, why aren't you 10 toes down for what you truly desire in life? What you water grows. So why aren't you watering the things that you truly want for your life?
You know, you gotta get a backbone, okay? You gotta get a backbone. You know where you find that backbone? Is when you're spending time by yourself.
And you can say to yourself, I want this. This is what I seek. So that you can also communicate it with family and friends and be like, you know,
I actually have had time to think about this from all angles, left, right, up, down, and I found that this is what I want for my life, and I'm figuring it out. Or you can say I have a plan, or I would love advice for this, or hey, thank you for saying that, I'll definitely consider it. Right now it's not on my list of priorities. So
sit down with yourself, figure out what do you actually desire for your life, okay? Figure out what you actually desire for your life. And then the second part to that, figure out your short-term and your long-term goals that are aligned with those desires and put a plan in place. What are some goals that I can hit daily, weekly, monthly, annually to get to that place that I want to be in life, so that I'm living my life in full alignment with who I am, who I want to become, and who my past self will be very proud to say, that's me. That's me. So it was a screaming kid. Third thing that you can do while you're spending time by yourself, hobbies. I'm sorry, but life isn't always about money. It's not always about academics. I mean, career and academics is fun, okay? They're fun. You get to water it, you get to see it grow. But what also makes you happy? Like, you can't work for, like, how can I say this? What makes you happy? What makes you feel like a little kid again? Like, what are things that you want to to grow in, you want to master, you want to learn.
You want to learn piano, sign up for a piano class. You want to do dance, sign up for a dance class. You have a love for cooking, start a cooking book, a scratchbook. Find random recipes online and develop your talent when it comes to cooking. You're a runner, you better pick up those running shoes, go outside and be like, can I get that I don't know, a new PR. You're into hair, how different ways that I can style my hair, what can I learn? Into makeup, what can I do with my makeup?
Learn yourself. And this is fun, this is great for multiple reasons, and I'm sorry if I'm yelling at you, but this is great for multiple reasons because it not only allows you to do the things that you enjoy, allowing you to feel happier because you're releasing those feel-good hormones, but it also allows you to know that you can suck at something. You can suck at something, but if you give yourself patience and compassion, it will grow. Like, you will become a better cooker, you'll become a better runner, you'll become a better, what other examples did I use? Better content creator, you'll become a better writer, you'll become, your splits you'll be better at your splits, your hairstyles, you'll learn to perfect them, your makeup, you'll learn to perfect them. And it's such a beautiful thing to have hobbies or interests because you can have hundreds of them. You can have hundreds of them. Like, you can have, there's so many things to do. You don't always need to be in constant communication with people to be stimulated. I don't know if that's the correct word, but you don't need to always be around people in order to get those good emotions that you're seeking. And it's only for a certain time period. There will come a time where you attract those friends that you want in your life and you can say, oh my god, this is what I love to do in my free time. There will come a time where you attract that boy or that girl that you want as a romantic partner, so you can say like, this is what I love to do in my free time, would you like to join me? Like, oh my gosh, I spent like a year just learning different recipes, stuff like that. Like, it's not forever. It's not forever. Just learn yourself. And you also, like I was saying, you have good conversation for people who are already in your life, like family and friends. You're on the phone with your mom, like, mom, I was just learning to cook today. Like, can you imagine? I didn't know how to cook this entire time. Wow. You can be on the phone with your dad, like, you know, I think I'm Bob the Builder, yeah? I bought this thing and I put it together myself. Like, you have conversations because you're doing things in your life. A lot of the times, and then I'm going to move on to the next point so I don't ramble. A lot of the times people fill their conversations with gossip or negativity, but your conversations, you can fill them with good things when you have actual things going on in your life to talk about. You won't have to talk about other people when there's so much going on in your life that you want to talk about it with your homies, with your friends, with your siblings, your parents, your network. Like, y'all will not believe what I was up to. I just hiked Mount Kilimanjaro. Yeah. I don't want to hear about Brenda. I don't want to hear about, I don't know, Michael. I don't want to hear about him. I want to tell you about how I be sewing. I want to tell you how I be whipping it up in the kitchen. Right? So, in a way, it's also getting rid of that negativity. Like, I'm not for that. I don't want to hear about people's lives. Sorry, I don't do gossip. And it also allows you to detach from the past as well, because there's so much going on in your present. There's so much to look forward to. Why would you be stuck in the past when there's so much to look forward to? I don't have time to talk about, what other names can I think about? Jose. I don't have time to talk about him. I don't have time to talk about Cornelia. I don't have time to talk about that. I don't have time to talk about that situation. Why? Because I got new situations. I got good things happening in my life. Anyways, next point. Number 4, similar to the journaling thing, reassess. When you're spending time by yourself, reassess your boundaries and your standards. Okay, you're spending a lot of time by yourself. Think to yourself, the type of friendships I have, is that actually what I want in my life? Do I actually want people who talk about me? Do I want that? No, I don't. The type of men I date, am I really planning a date for a man who is interested in me first? There's no way. There's no way. So think about those things. What are some of those boundaries and new standards that you want for your life? And also boundaries and standards for yourself. Oh, I said it. Hey, you can't just impose boundaries and standards on other people. You also have to have boundaries and standards for yourself. What are some of those standards that you have for yourself? Are you going to eat good? Are you going to take care of your body? What are some of those standards, right? You're going to take your finances seriously. You're going to, right? Be a woman of standard. Be a man of standard. Don't just tell people you need to respect me. Don't just tell people meet me here. Say, I'm
Here. I've been here. I don't want to go down there anymore. I don't want to go back there. Let's just be happy here. Together. And grow together. To here and
here. So, think about some of those new boundaries, those new standards that you want in your life. If you have no idea, it's okay. I'm not judging anyone. I don't judge. If your standards are down, chilling in hell with Shaitan, it's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. But if they're there, you can read books, you can watch YouTube videos about people who talk about some of their standards, some of their boundaries, and think to yourself, is that something that I want in my life? And it opens you up to a new way of thinking, because we don't know everything. There's thousands of ways to look at life, millions of different perspectives that we can take on. And one of those things that you can do is watch other people's YouTube videos, TikToks, Instagrams, read people's blogs, read people's books, talk to people in public. Like,
girl, I see how you hold yourself. How do you do that? How do you do that? I want to do that too. Right?
So don't take from people, but learn from people. Learn from people and
say, I want that too. I want a man who plans a date for me. I want that too. I want friends who are loyal to me. I want that too. I want that too. I want to be consistent in my life. I want that too.
Right? So be inspired by people, admire them, learn from them, and then practice it daily in your own life until it becomes a habit. Like you just know it like the back of your hand. But yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. And then the fifth thing that you can do on your healing journey, serious face, you can relax. Listen, friend, healing takes a lot of work. I'm speaking from experience, man. I looked like I was in, I don't know, like
who did it and why? Who beat her up? And why did they do that?
Why? Right, I looked like I was going through it because I was, right? Okay, maybe not like that because it don't look like your struggles, but when I was in the beginning of my healing journey, I had no energy. I was tired, man. I was tired because there was so much emotional and mental energy being extracted. And there was always like this joke, like, oh my God, you're just always chilling outside. Yes, I am. I'm gonna go outside, grab my little blanket, and I'm going to let the sun hit me. I'm gonna get that vitamin D. I'm just gonna relax. I'm just gonna rest, because while on the outside it looks like you're being lazy, when I go home, I'm reading all these different books about different psychological things. When I'm walking, I'm listening to a podcast about how to build my self-esteem, listening to how to move on from my past, listening to how to accept things as they are and move on to the next. I'm at work and my mind is in 10 different places. It's being at the gym, and it's not, oh, I'm gonna get this nice body. It's, I'm teaching myself mental toughness. I'm teaching myself how to move on, how to get that last rep in, because I'm teaching myself how to get that next day in. And it's exhausting. It's freaking exhausting. And that's, I don't think people understand how exhausting. It's not rainbows and sunshine, right? The healing journey is not rainbows and sunshine. No matter how we can paint it, no matter how we edit it, how we make it look nice and pretty and packaged for social media, the healing journey is traumatic in itself. It sucks, but it's liberating. It's so liberating, and it's so important to rest. It's so important to give yourself that rest. So that extra weekend when someone texts you,
hey girl, you trying to go out? Are you trying to get litty titty this Saturday? You know what I'm saying?
You say, no, I'm gonna get a bath. I'm gonna draw a bath. Is that what it's called? I'm gonna take a bath, a bubble bath. I'm gonna get a glass of wine. I'm gonna put a face mask on, and I'm gonna relax. gonna play nice music in the background and I'm gonna relax. I'm not gonna think. I'm just gonna allow my body to relax. And I did that all the time. Spend some time relaxing. If you got it like that, go to the massage. Go get a nice massage, right? Make sure that that entire Saturday, that entire Sunday is complete. Like there's nothing on there, no tasks, just lounging around. Favorite sweatpants. You're not trying to be anything but yourself. Just chilling. Just chill. Order some takeout. Just relax and give yourself that space to just be. You don't gotta think. You don't have to be or not to be. You don't gotta, just be. I don't want to hear talking. I don't want none of that. Like, I just want to be. I just want to be. And yeah, the sun is out again. But yeah, you guys, those are 5 things that you can do on your healing journey. Spend time by yourself and grow into the man, the woman that we all know that you can become. Grow into the man or woman that you want to become, because I promise you, life is so much better when you're not led by trauma, when you're not led by trauma responses. Your trauma isn't guiding every decision that you're making. Like, heal. And that is it for today's video. Those are 5 things that you can do on your healing journey alone. If you feel like that's a lot to do by yourself, get a therapist. There's plenty of resources in various cities and communities that you can use to find free assistance or free help. I can make another video on that. Find support groups within your community and just take control, take ownership of your healing journey and say, no more, like, no more. And you have to believe it. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Like, no more. I don't care who gotta go. I don't care what gotta go. I don't care what habits I have to break. I don't care what I gotta accept. If God, you want me to be humble, I'll be humble. Like, I'll accept it. I'll apologize. I'll do whatever it is. But no more. I don't want to be led by trauma. No more. I don't want low self-esteem. I don't want lack of acceptance. I don't want to be in spaces where I'm not valued, appreciated, where I'm not able to be myself. I don't want to date people who don't see my value. I don't want to beg you to see my value. I don't want to be friends with people who do this and that. I don't want jobs that don't pay me, that don't see. Nah. No more. I just want to vibe. I just want to be happy. That's it. But I feel like I'm getting off topic and I need to go to the gym. So I'll see you guys in next week's video, which is going to be a vlog. But make sure to subscribe so that we can vibe together all 2024. So goodbye and happy vlogmas.